10.
Oh, man.
Welcome back to Size 10, everybody. I'm Nick Scalzone at Nick Scalzone Comedy on Instagram.
I'm Bjorn RG at SkateCub on Instagram. Bjorn RG on Twitter. I tweeted recently.
You tweeted?
Yeah.
What did you tweet?
I tweeted at PlayStation support because they didn't have. I bought a game and then
What
it
game
never
did you buy?
downloaded and I was pissed.
What game did you buy?
I bought it was oh my god, what's it called? It was the virtual reality game.
Because you
With
said
the
Paul
Oculus?
has a headset, right?
Yeah, so I brought the headset.
Oh, nifty.
I got the virtual reality for my PlayStation 4 setup.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Bro,
honestly.
you're going to become a Beat Saber guy.
I am.
A what?
I don't have the things. I have to buy the controllers
What's
for
a
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber?
Beat Saber is like this lightsaber. It's DDR mixed with lightsabers.
It's things are flying at you like on the little like Guitar
Oh,
Hero thing.
and you hit
And
the
you
thing.
have
you
two
have to-
controllers. And I understand it now that I've played some VR games.
Yeah.
VR
Okay.
games. It was like Virtual Boy. No, it's not Virtual Boy. It's something bot. I can't
Virtual
remember.
Boy was the Nintendo,
Yeah,
but it was like
the
it was
Nintendo thing.
It was a headset and it was 3D. That was the deal. It wasn't VR.
No, it was 3D, and it gave you problems because it was only red, and it messed up your vision if you played it too
Oh,
long.
Jeez.
It gave people like vertigo and like
Yeah,
it was just it was not designed well.
Good heavens.
it was not a design well, but this VR is
VR
really
is pretty
fun.
sweet.
I got the VR Doom game on Christmas we just played video games literally
Okay.
all day. That's all I did.
You and me both.
Sounds kind of
That's
fun.
what I did.
What'd
yeah.
you play? What were you playing?
I played this game called Deathloop for PS5 for a long time, like 6 hours or something. Like I don't play games like that anymore. And I was at the crib by myself. No one was home except me and the dog. And I was just like, man, it was one of the first days in recent memory where I had no obligations whatsoever.
Nice.
And it was so nice. Yeah.
You've been playing your PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got
You're finally on a last year generation.
I am, but I'm
So
been
are
playing,
you. Hold on.
I am too.
Now he gets a VR headset and he's like, huh.
Well, he was pretty fancy with his PS4 for most of history when I had
Most
the
of
PS3.
last year.
I like how I'm the designated video game console like pusher
Yeah, I know.
for this
You
group
definitely
of friends.
sold
Gave me
both of
yours.
us a PS4
Yeah.
or gave. Anyway, yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty. I got Vanguard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought the new
you
one.
broke out a ghost.
Yeah, I did. Well, I was playing Warzone, and I was like, I need to level these guns up. And Warzone
Yeah.
takes fucking forever, and you might
Oh,
find one guy to shoot. And so you're not going to level the guns up. So I bought Vanguard so I could play, like, just multiplayer.
Uh-huh.
And I've been getting my ass kicked, but I have my moments.
Early Call of Duty multiplayer is a exercise in frustration because you're just like, I want to get my KD to 1.
Yeah.
And the other thing, too, is now the new ones, this is like nerd shit, but they have like a little bit of skill-based matchmaking. So it should be matching you up against people that are like kind of on the same level, but they're still going to kick your fucking teeth in. Like,
Yeah, they seem to know the map, and I don't yet.
That's
the
number
problem.
one
I'm
thing,
learning
yeah.
all the maps right now.
Yep.
So I've just...
I
I have like 5 games in a row with like a 0.6 KD,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll just go crazy and get 2.3.
That's still not bad though. You playing with the bots, I think, gives you kind of like the mechanics.
Oh no, I'm playing with people.
No, but I mean on Ghosts when you were playing Ghosts. 'Cause
Oh yeah, no,
when
I
you-
was playing that with people too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like the people who like it
Yeah.
is who's
The
left.
diehards. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's either like absolute savages or like some kid who found a PS3 or like a guy who's taking advantage of a game that nobody cares about
I thought you were also going to hit
to
me with-
like zoom around with a jetpack and shoot people with
Yeah.
like a knife or something and hack the
Wait,
shit out of it.
so Terry, I want you to talk about this because we talked about it back a while ago. There was a moment where you did something where you modified the controls and then you were at an advantage.
Bumper
like that,
jumper.
So that was so cool to me.
It's just a different button layout.
Yeah.
I've found it when you scroll through. There's like 10 options of button layout,
Yeah.
and it turns on the PS4. It turns L1, the bumper on the left, to be jump, and X becomes throw your tactical or
Yeah.
use your tactical. And so, like, you can be in a firefight and you could hit the bumper, right, and jump up and down so they can't hit you.
This is also when in Call of Duty they had, like, advanced movement, which means, like, double jumping, wall running, like, flying around.
Oh,
like,
when they made, like, they made
shit.
a couple of games that had that crazy shit.
And those are my
right?
favorite. Like,
Okay.
I love those ones. I don't play the new ones really anymore. And, yeah, jumping, like, advanced movement was the secret to whooping the dog shit out of people that are just like, wait, I like the World War II ones. Like, I'm boots on the ground. And you're, like, flying all over the map. Like, I remember me and the guys that I used to play with, we would call it, like, xenomorph mode, like the aliens from Alien, where we're just like, yo, don't touch the ground. Ground's lava. You stay in the air, and you just rain death upon your opponents. And it was so much fun. And then they're like, oh, we need to get back to boots on the ground. So anyway, it was Infinite Warfighter, whatever it was called. Was
I don't think I ever played that one.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Because that was after they stopped making them for the PS3. Also, I just didn't buy games.
Yeah.
You know, because I just didn't play that much.
If they did like the Madden, also R.I.P. John Madden died.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
If they made like a Madden of that game where they just like released the same fucking game every year with like minor tweaks, I'd probably be playing it right now. But not a lot of people play it anymore.
I mean, that's Call of Duty is basically that.
Yeah.
They make a whole new set of maps and a new set of guns. Same game.
They don't
modes.
rock the boat very much.
I've been playing the 2013 release for years. I got the 2021 release, and I immediately knew how to do everything.
If you would have played one,
It was the
advanced
iPhone
movements,
of games. I loved it.
If you tried an advanced movement one, especially now, if you go and play that shit, you're gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Nah, I don't want that. I don't like it.
See, that's usually my or I'm gonna keep it going
No,
a little
do
bit.
it.
I'm gonna keep this ball in the air. That's usually my problem with a lot of games. It's like I will love a game, and then they'll come out with a new one. I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, this is
And
gonna
they
be
change
sick.
the hell out
and then
of
they
it?
change some like minor tweak they make, and it ruins it for Bjorn. Usually, it just means it just like makes it a new skill level that I need to adapt to, and I'm unwilling to do that. And so I just go back to playing the old one, which is. It was interesting. So I played Doom 2016 is my jam. I like the old Doom, not the new one. It's a little harder because like different enemies, you have to use different guns. There's a little more strategy to it. And I'm not that good at first person shooters. So
Yeah.
But I got the Doom VR, which is Doom 2016, but the VR mode, it's way easier. First of all, just way easier.
Yeah.
Like they made it way easier. But it's very
Did they make
weird.
it easier, or do you just have like a better field of view so you can see everybody faster?
Well, that's
and get on
probably
target
what it
faster?
is I can target things faster than I can.
Do you still use a
with the-
controller, or do you have like
Yes.
some movement-based thing?
So you use the controller, but the controller moves you almost like. Did you ever play like House of the Dead or something
No.
like that? That was like one of those like light gun kind
It's
of.
like an on rails shooter. Like,
It's like they show a screen and you try to like shoot shit.
Oh
on
wait,
it.
like the ones at a pizza place
Yep.
that had the
Yeah,
little gun.
Bingo.
House of
Bingo.
Dead
Oh, yeah,
would be
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those. So that like the screen just like moves and then you move the thing around. There was like a House of Dead. Like I had it on my computer with a mouse, so you could like move the mouse around. There was like a little target that moved the mouse around.
Yeah.
That was a version I played a lot. It's similar to that, except you also control where your field of view is, but you have to like turn your head. You can turn your head, but it's very like choppy. So like you like teleport around. So it's really easy to get away from things. You like teleport away, or I don't know, you like move, but it's in a very choppy way. But then the head movement's very fluid. But like the running and stuff, like you aren't running around.
they
Like,
haven't like
you're
fused the two together yet.
Yeah.
You just
you're
you're like
still jumping
zooming.
frame to frame, but like each frame you can look around, you can like look at the ceiling and look at the floor or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
And that's also your aiming is the way that you're looking.
Oh, so you aim with your head.
Yeah, so you aim
you're
with your
wobbling
head.
your head all over the place.
Yeah.
So watching you play this sounds more entertaining than actually playing it, to be honest with you.
It might be. I don't know.
I
It
want to
was
watch you play this
pretty
now because
funny.
you're gonna just be sitting there like this.
So I was sitting on my ottoman in the middle of my living room. Like I
Yeah.
just moved the ottoman to the middle because sometimes you have to look behind you. Like there's like a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's very
Oh, man.
weird. That might have been why I threw out my back. I might have done it doing that.
Yeah, you were telling me all this about doing planks, and now I'm
was
learning
doing
the
planks,
truth.
and
You were
then
playing games.
I was playing PlayStation VR a bunch.
Fair enough.
Before we get into the shoes, you talked about House of the Dead. Did you ever play Typing of the Dead? Because they turned that into a typing game.
To like, oh my god!
I
Yeah.
think
This
I
is funny.
played that like once. Like you had to type the little word, and then the alien died or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me because as I was thinking about this, I'm like, you don't see a lot of typing games anymore. There's not like Mavis Beacon teaches typing. There's not Typing of the Dead. And I know
Call of Duty.
I had
Typing.
Oh, that would be
I
hilarious.
know that there was other ones, and it's just like, is this just because that's what we needed to get everyone over the hump of learning how to type?
Maybe.
And now you just learn how to type like in first grade?
I don't know how that works because
I'm curious.
I remember there were a couple years that I did go to real school. I had a weird childhood. Anyway, when I was in 6th grade, that's when they just really pushed typing, and there was a computer class.
So what year was 6th grade for you? If we were to just ballpark it.
2005 into 2006.
Okay.
But yeah, there was like some
So I had
program.
graduated high school. Is what I wanted to just put that out there to the listeners. Okay, keep going.
I didn't say anything about that. You chose to tell the listeners that. Anyhow, yeah, there were these games, and it was like a guy on a bicycle, and you were typing, and every time you'd fuck up a letter, he would like crash.
Yeah.
How did?
But they
is
were
that how
kind of
you
fun.
so that's how you.
That's how I learned.
Dude, you know how I learned how to type?
How'd you learn how to type?
AIM. Do you know what AIM is?
No.
AOL Instant
Instant
Messenger.
Messenger,
I need to
baby.
add that
Oh.
to the board.
So you were just talking to pedophiles.
No,
no.
This was like early when like there wasn't.
There weren't pedophiles on there
Oh,
back
No,
then?
there absolutely were.
I thought that's all that
Totally.
went on those.
But I think
all
it
I
was
heard
like-
was chat rooms will get you murdered.
Because you're talking
And
about
I never went on
0506 or no?
Yeah, like 06, 07.
Because for me, I remember being on AOL Instant Messenger like when I was in middle school. Like I remember shooting my shot with a girl that I had a crush on Instant Messenger, and it was like the most brutal shit. But that was
Is it just you and the person talking, or
Yeah.
is this where it
No
was like
group
a
chats.
lobby where like?
that was different. AOL Instant Messenger was basically texting on the computer.
Oh, okay. It's
it
like
was
it's
texting.
like
yeah.
instant messaging. Like they still use that technology
It's
in
like
every
DMs
office.
on Twitter.
Yeah,
like or
very
DMs
similar.
on like anything, except you can't do group ones.
Well,
Yeah.
so the thing was that they didn't have that on that didn't exist on Facebook.
Facebook didn't exist.
Facebook didn't exist, but even when Facebook did exist, was there DMs?
Did
I don't even know.
MySpace have that?
This is before MySpace. I'm talking about like
I'm talking
96,
well, this is
97,
Okay.
98.
That was the
I
original.
really got into AIM
Yeah.
in like 2004, 2005
Man,
is
you
when
were
I started
late to
doing
the
it.
game over here.
I was.
To the AIM game.
But so what you would do is you would log on to AIM. So the weird
Yeah.
thing is you had to like log on.
yeah, you had
and
to
then-
you had to be like, Mom, I'm going on the internet.
And you
if
had
you
all
need
your-
to make a phone call, let
Yeah.
me know.
So you'd be on there.
We had that. We had dial-up. I'm
and
not that young.
then you would have like your group of people that you knew in your AIM account.
Buddy list.
Your buddy list.
And you all had handles.
Yeah. you
Oh,
all had,
okay.
like,
What was you guys' handles?
Rage 13T. I think we talked about this on
Rage?
the show. Rage 13T.
What's the 13T stand for?
13 is my favorite number. T is for Terry. Rage is
Oh.
because I loved Rage Against the Machine.
That all
Oh,
makes perfect sense.
Remind me after the show. I got to show you this band. I saw it on
Is
the
it
internet.
the brass Rage Against the Machine? They play it with like trombones and shit.
It's it's like a high school band playing Killing in the Name of. And they even have like a dude like singing. They're like Killing in the Name of.
Jeez.
Now
that's like
just
classic
I would
rock.
be back in band. That was like that song came out when I
Right.
was in band. That's the crazy thing for me with that. And I'm like I want to meet that teacher because he definitely is the same age as me.
I've
Yeah,
never talked
100%.
about this on the show, but when I was in high school, like our cool song was
Yeah.
like a Black Sabbath song. It was like Iron Man. They'd play Iron Man and
Yeah.
everyone's like, whoa, this is sick. Now, I feel like I was cheated because I found out, and I will say this is like, this is like a black school thing, but like the marching band, you ever seen like Step Line? Is that it?
Drumline.
Drumline.
Yeah.
Drumline.
I'm conflating my.
It's fine.
Drumline, like a lot of those schools play really cool shit. I
Yeah.
remember very recently in the last couple of years, I was talking about this, and I was like, man, if if like bands, like that shit hits me in my chest. When they play a song that is like a hype up song, but it's also a contemporary song.
Yeah, when it's contemporary. Exactly.
Yeah, somebody sent me like, I think it was like University of Alabama or some like down south school was doing like I can't remember which one, but a Lil Wayne song. And you know how a bunch of Lil Wayne songs is like, ba, 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 ba. Drake songs were like this too. Yeah. It's all that, but 300 people playing it. And
it's
like
powerful.
I'm watching a YouTube and I'm getting like chills.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, if this was at high school football games, I would be at every single one in the stands just going super dumb, just losing my mind. But no, we had Iron Man. Like,
no, exactly. Like I remember like I was in band and we played like the James Bond theme, and I just
and that
lost
was supposed
my
to be,
goddamn
and
mind.
that was like the coolest song you got to play by far. The rest of it was
so
like
cool.
Marches by John Philip Sousa.
Yeah, it's like lame. Well, that's the whole. If you've seen the movie Drumline, it's not a great movie, but like part of the theme of it is like the school that he goes to. One school plays more contemporary, like what's on the radio at the time.
Oh, okay. There's like the cool school, and then
there's Orlando Bloom plays. No, not Orlando Bloom. Orlando Jones. Excuse me. That was.
Two very different actors.
Two very different actors. Yeah. Orlando Jones. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Black actor. Anyway.
I don't watch movies.
The only reason I know is because he had like a show for a moment. Anyway, on like TBS or something like that, you know? Like a talk show.
Yeah.
Like a black talk show.
Okay.
Anyways, rad dude. He plays like the teacher that's like, no, we're going to play the old school, like the I don't know, like jazz classics and things like that. And then I'm going to spoil this movie that came out in like 2000.
Oh, no.
Drumline?
Spoilers.
In Drumline, they like sort of find a happy medium between the contemporary and the old school.
Okay.
But
much like Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. Much like every music-based
I think that's every
college movie
ever.
But like, there is some power to that, and like the teacher doesn't want to, but man, you know, like if you play like some contemporary music with like the band, it really resonates with the students.
Yeah, because it's the music the kids like.
It's like, it really like brings it to their level, you know, regardless of what it is, you know.
Here's a version of that now, and then we should talk about some shoes in a second.
Yeah.
But if you ever listen to like Washington D.C. has a regional music style called go-go. And go-go is bands that have like anywhere from like 8 to 14 people in them, and a lot of them are on percussion. And what?
Oh, that's cool.
A mainstay with go-go is that they cover contemporary songs. So you go to a go-go show, you might hear half of them are like that band's original music. The other half is them doing go-go renditions of pop songs because they're like parties. It's like cookout music.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite go-go songs of all time are like Adele, Hello, which is like becomes like a very smooth but like a very like kind of like fun dancey song.
Yeah.
And then one of the best ones, actually two of the best ones, one is Ashley Simpson's Pieces of Me. I don't know if either of you know that song. It's amazing. Look it up. And then the last one is the Linkin Park Jay-Z like encore.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's
that's cool.
So sick.
And
like,
they go-go-ize it or whatever?
Yeah, and it's just like it's 4 guys on drums just doing like dunk. And oh man, you should look it up. It's like if you want
Wale?
that experience. Yeah. So
Wale
has a bunch of his big Pretty Girl song.
Yeah.
That's a go-go band.
So, he's a go-go rapper.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, he's from DC,
guy.
wears foamposites and all that shit. Like, anyway,
Gross.
Shout out to Wale.
Yeah. For Aaron, let's talk about. And I also need to pull these up.
I need to hear one more thing. Bjorn, what was your AIM username?
Oh yeah.
I'm really trying to remember.
Because Terry told us his, and then we got distracted.
I don't know what it was. It was just like.
What do you think it might have been?
It might have been just like
RG
Bjorn. No, it was like RG Bjorn 23 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Because 23
Michael
was Jordan's number.
Big
but
basketball
it was
fan
my
over here.
number.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I did find an old photo, like an old school photo of me totally wearing a Bulls a Bulls jersey recently. I was like,
dope.
oh, cool. All right. I'm not like I loved Michael Jordan. I remember the biggest thing with Michael Jordan is I remember the Space Jam, the original movie that came out, and this is a weird memory from it. Of the doll. So they at McDonald's, you didn't get like prizes. They didn't do prizes. You had to spend, I believe it was $10 for each one of these. They had little stuffed animals, and I remember it was like you could be. It was at school. It was like you were cool if you had the stuffed animal from McDonald's from the Space Jam movie. And so my mom didn't like McDonald's, and we had to actually go to like a neighboring town because it was Montana
to get McDonald's.
Because my hometown when I was in middle school when that came out.
Was that in Polson?
No, that was in Pablo. Pablo did not have a McDonald's. Ronan. Do you know
Ronan?
Ronan?
Yeah,
Ronan. It was like the town between Ronan and Polson. Polson had one, so I had to go. We had to drive to Polson and get one, and the only one I could get was Babs, which is the female.
Oh, the sexy rabbit.
The sexy rabbit. The sexy rabbit character, and I was super bummed because I got the sexy rabbit, and everybody else had like the cool like Bugs and the Daffy Ducks and the. Anyway, that was like a big part of my Michael Jordan life. But I was all about I had like a Bulls shirt and a Bulls jersey, and I wore it for multiple school pictures.
Ooh,
nice.
Little continuity.
I found an old school picture. I was like, oh, damn, Bjorn, you wearing a Bulls jersey with 23 on it? Yeah, so it was like Bjorn RG 23, I think. Because RG and 23 kind of
it rhymes.
Right?
Yeah, it seems that makes sense.
That was, I believe, was mine. Plus, my name's fucking dope, so it's kind of a handle on its own. My mom gave my sister and I very Googleable names.
Well, the hyphenated last name does that.
It really does.
Because, like, here's the thing that I've thought about before. There is, I'm not going to dox myself, there's no one in the world that has my name. And I would be willing to guess that it's the same with you.
Yeah,
like,
same for me, too.
Yeah, Nick Scalzone is a pretty
There's
unique
not
one.
a lot of Scalzones.
Yeah.
I've looked.
But even if you have, like, more, like, common last names, you throw a little hyphen in there, you double up.
Double it up. You're good.
Unique. You don't have to name your kid like Jaidyen or anything like that.
I do have to say, in college, in business school, in MSU, Montana State University, which your hat says,
Go Bobcats.
We should probably put a Bobcat thing up in the studio.
We should get a damn Bobcat thing.
I need to add a drop
we're both
to the
alums.
For when you boys get into Montana stuff.
Like, it should be the thing that's like, rah, rah, rah.
Yes!
That
the Bobcat thing from the game. Have we ever told you about this, Terry? When Montana State scores a first down in a football game, the speakers in the stadium, it goes, first down Bobcats, and it goes, rah, rah, rah. And everybody goes like this.
That's so, I love it because it's like, in sports, all of the versions of that seem to be racist. It's like the chop and like all
there's
the
like the cha.
Yeah, a lot of those teams are like they're getting rid of their mascots.
Oh, okay.
And not a lot of them have fun because like people take themselves a little too seriously.
Yeah, ours is all animal based. So
it's never gonna be racist.
Until we have
pretty awesome.
Let's not say never. You know,
Bobcat.
Yeah, we get a vegan president, and all of a sudden we start to lose even more of our rights. Anyway.
Our freedoms.
What will we do? Anyhow.
The one thing I'll say about college sports specifically, this is the one thing that I do feel like I missed out on by not going to college. I love the fact that like you are just a fan. You don't need to know anything about it because half of it is getting wasted and going to the game and screaming.
Yeah, I get
and
to
that's
wear
my favorite. That's my favorite
pretend
part
I'm
of sports.
part of something.
Yeah.
Like I contributed financially.
And you get phone calls to donate.
I don't anymore. I got one.
Oh, I got one, and I was. This is the last thing, and then we're gonna get into the shoes.
I was rude to them.
I was very rude. I was literally, like this person called me for like donations, and I was just like, they were like asking for donations. So I was like, "What do you do?" I was just like, "I'm gonna tell you right now." I'm like, "I have a business degree." from this school that you're calling from, and I am currently sitting in a neighborhood. It is negative 20 out. I am knocking on doors, selling windows. Do you think I have money to buy whatever you're selling? And I was just like, I like laid into this person, and they were just like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, I graduated 2 years ago, but I haven't gotten a job in the industry that I graduated in. This is ridiculous.
You're like, good luck with the fucking library. Never call me again.
The person called me up, and they were like, they asked when the last time I'd been to campus was, and they're like, did you see all the great new additions that we've made? And I was like, yeah, it looked pretty good. And they're like, well, that wouldn't be possible without generous donations from alumni such as yourself. Would you be willing to give us, I think it was like $100
They start low.
a month or something.
Oh, a month?
Like some outrageous amount.
Like the worst subscription ever.
And I was like, dude, I'm still paying my student loans. He's like, well, what about 25? I was like, you know what, man? When I make it big and I want my name on a fucking building, I'll give you a ring.
Yeah. Could you imagine if
and the guy was like, okay, bye. I could tell he was like, you jackass. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, but also fuck you.
I was so mad because I hadn't even paid off my student loans yet.
I still haven't.
I mean, I have now. I did with that job, but that's, thank you. I mean, let's be honest. I did get some help. I'm not going to say.
Terry, get ready with another.
Yeah.
Another soundbite.
Grandpa.
I haven't paid mine off yet.
Oh,
I'm
also like 10 years older than you. So.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, just hit him with like how about we have this conversation after I pay you all the money that I already owe you?
Yeah, like really. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they already got that money.
Additionally, right?
Yeah.
They already got it. So they're like, yeah, just
they don't give a
put
fuck.
it on your credit card.
Yeah, I put it on the government's credit card.
Speaking of putting things on credit cards.
Yes, the shoes. We
the
really
shoes.
have been beaten around.
Yeah, what
the
are we
bush.
looking at here? Because I got to pull these up. I didn't do that in advance.
All right, so this is, well, first of all, I spent $1,000 on sneakers last month.
I don't need. I was like, I don't know what to do here.
Man, nailed it on all the presents that I got. I got a bunch of I got my brothers and sisters all sneakers, and they were stoked. It was weird. I bought them at the same time as I got yours.
Yeah.
And they all came at like different times. It was.
Was it StockX though?
No, it was Nike. I did Cyber Monday, like hardcore, because they were doing like 50% off on like the Nike app and stuff. So I was like, well, all right.
You love a
nailed
sale. You love a sale.
You know what? That actually was completely by accident. I was like, shit, it's Monday. I haven't gotten anything for my brother and my sister. So like, I went on there and bought
I do love
some.
a sale. And I'll just admit to it.
But do you think about, like, would you pay the original price? Because we were talking before the show, and Bjorn, you brought something up, and you're like, it's normally $600, but it's on sale for $300. And I was like, no fucking way would I ever pay $600 for that. Like, the price is $300, not $600.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. No, that one, though, this one was, I actually picked all the shoes out, and then when I got to the cart, I realized everything was 50% off, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That is
a
the
bonus.
best case scenario.
That was what happened. I was just like, oh, cool. I had already, like, in my mind, I was like, I'm spending $500. It's fine on my sister and my brother. And I got my brother the Delta 2s in, like, another colorway. And he put them on. He was like, oh, these are sick. So he was stoked.
Those are, And
then
has he got those in a colorway at all?
No.
Yeah, this is his first.
Yeah.
It's just a different colorway than the ones you have.
And I'm just a fan of that silhouette. No one gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's, It
looks really comfy. I might, the next time I'm at the employee store, I might have to pick
It's a good employee store. Like, it's a comfortable, like, wearable shoe. It shows you're kind of into sneakers. It's a little artistic. Like, it's got some shit hanging off of it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Like, it's got some
So
different
you got
things.
those for your
got
brother.
Those. And
you
then
got
I got
the dunks for your sister, right?
I got those weird, like, hybrid dunks. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Do you remember what those are called?
No, but I remember you sent me a picture. They kind of were a dunk, but they had some like zigzags on them and stuff.
I mostly went for the colorway because they were orange and blue, and my sister loves those colors, like that
Nice.
like electric blue,
And she was
electric
stoked on 'em.
orange. So hyped! It's totally in her wheelhouse. Now Santa got me the ones we're about to get, which is the Ugg. I believe they are the Fluff U.
Fluff, yeah.
Fluff, yeah.
I have to hit pause on the show for a moment, and we're back.
Let's get to the shoes.
Yeah.
What are
Shoes.
these, Bjorn?
Okay, these are the Fluff, yeah. Fluff U. Wait, which one are they?
Fluff, yeah, slide.
These are the Fluff, yeah.
There you go.
No,
although they're
no.
a little different from that.
No,
No,
they're
that
the
ain't
Fluff
it.
U. I think they're the Fluff U.
All right.
No,
We'll look
Fluff
back over
you.
here.
I think it's Fluff U.
Let me see those.
Santa gave me these.
Oh, Santa did?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not my boyfriend. It was definitely Santa.
Yeah.
We got 2 different colorways. This was the colorway I got. It was the all blue. They're
Fluff you.
You're right.
There you go. So he got the
I
ones
like
that were
they
like,
have a sense of humor on their names. I'm going to try this on.
Finally,
Definitely
the
try it
Australians
on.
got something right.
It's looking cozy as hell.
they are
Tremendous.
they are really cozy. Now we talked about this on a
Were these
previous
on
We
the
did.
quiz?
So this is like finding art because Santa's a huge listener of our podcast.
Oh, wait. We talked about like they existed.
We brought them up on the podcast,
Oh,
and
Paul-
then Santa looked them up.
Paul listened to the gift giving. Sorry,
Yeah.
Santa listened to the gift giving off topic.
What
Yes,
a keen listener.
and looked them up, and then had to have them.
I could have seen you in these.
Which color did Paul get for Paul?
Which
Color did Santa get for Paul?
Santa got for Paul the one that's like multicolor. It's like a different. It'll be under a different category.
Different, yeah.
It's like different. There's one that has like stripes. It's a little gayer.
Oh, found him.
You found them?
Oh yeah,
All right. Yeah. There's the
definitely gayer.
there.
Oh, yep.
No, those aren't the ones.
Oh.
Those aren't the ones. You are close, but
Are you thinking of?
they're like green.
Those
with
are
like
definitely
red,
rainbow
with like
colored.
orange and teal.
These ones.
You'll find yeah, those ones right there. Those ones.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Let's see
fluff
what's-
you stripes.
Ooh, what are the other?
I was gonna say
I like those.
What's that
ones.
black
I
and white
like
one?
them a
that's
lot.
very like teddy bearish.
Ooh, I like that.
That one's kind of like a little more buttoned up. Yeah.
That kind of looks that looks a little bit like one of those sheeps that lives in the north, like in Scotland.
Yeah.
They have like some non-white sheeps,
yeah.
So these are
gray, darker colored sheeps.
I feel like these ones are me and you, Nick. I feel
Yeah.
like these ones are Bjorn.
Yes.
And these ones are definitely
Those are-
Santa Paul.
Oh,
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
Santa Paul.
Yeah, that all makes
So
sense.
he's been rocking those ones around the house, and it's very on brand.
Mhm.
I do like these blue ones quite a lot.
I think they're great. They're
I think
very
they're awesome.
classic, like spa, like not
Yeah.
white, but like fun. If you had a robe that was the same color blue,
Yeah.
it would
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
dude.
look for sure.
You need a royal blue, also fluffy,
Oh,
also that type of fleece.
Mm-hmm.
What I found
Robe.
interesting about these is, so we got the Fluff U and then the Fluff U stripes. The Fluff U was actually made in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
and the Fluff U stripes was made in Vietnam, I believe it was.
Interesting.
I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, and it was made in the Philippines because Paul's got heritage in the Philippines.
Mhm.
And I was like, of course Santa would get these for me. I don't know. I thought this would be a fun one to bring. They are, so you did like them?
Oh,
this is
yeah.
something you would rock.
Those are dope.
Here's my only
I-
criticism.
Yes.
Sandals are a great throwing object. So you're like, this is like a East Coast thing. In some cultures, it's not uncommon for mothers to throw their sandals or their chanclas at their children when they're mad at them.
Oh.
And with these, I feel like they would be less good. They'd be worse as a throwing device because they're padded. They're like,
Oh, no.
you-
Have you felt these?
You get a
one.
swat from this bad boy, you're gonna feel it.
You're going to feel the swat from that one.
I will say the construction is good.
Yeah.
It's got like it doesn't like squish out,
No.
and maybe that'll change over the lifetime of it. But yeah, it's like a good. Do we know what the material are? These wool?
It's like
I
each one was different. I was reading some
don't
stuff
think
about
so.
all right.
Sheepskin lining.
Sheepskin.
maybe there is some
Yeah. Oh, the lining is definitely nicer than the outer. But
Oh yeah, I think the footbed may be actual wool.
yeah.
The rest of this feels pretty synthetic, and for that price, that would make sense.
All right, Bjorn, I'm gonna try it out.
Try it out.
You gotta move your mic.
I see what you're.
Oh, you were throwing it like
I was like looking at your feet
like
as
a
it's coming hurling
ninja
at
star.
my
That's like it's like a joke. Like if you there's been like little skits I've seen where like there's like ninja moms that can like bend it around a corner. Like you're sneaking in the cookie
This
jar
would
and you
be
just get
pretty
knocked
solid.
upside
throw
the
it like
head.
a boomerang and it
Yep.
bonks the kid.
Yep.
This would be a
That's
pretty
dope.
solid because it's got like a nice rubber sole
Yeah.
on it.
Now, Terry, do they make this thing with an enclosed toe?
Yes.
Because here's something. My one critique of this shoe is it's a slide, which is a sandal, which is a summery shoe, but then it's fluffy and warm.
You want action mode.
I want a closed-in toe, and
you want a closed toe?
yes, so it keeps my toes warm. Because this seems like a warm thing.
Now it is because I've worn it now for
This
a
is
few days.
slippers, but it's a slide slipper.
It's a slipper and it's great because for me it would be too warm with the toe closed.
No,
Now,
I like a pair
I'm
of
gonna
slippers.
tear into this a little bit.
warm
I'm just-
slippers. I
Fuck it
like
up.
warm slippers.
I have some criticism of
Do
it.
you?
Yes, it's a great slipper.
Yes.
Now we all know Bjorn has some messed up feet,
Mm.
so this one fits that I'm holding.
But the right one.
But that one doesn't. And
Where
I'm
does
so
it hit
sorry
you?
because I'm also going to rip into the ones you got me.
the
as
Adidas
well.
slides.
I can't get my foot all the way into them.
Okay.
I have the same issue with the Adidas slides that I do with these.
I mean, with your
I
feet, the
have-
fact that 2 out of the 3 pairs of shoes I got you fit, I'm calling that a
I was
success.
gonna say,
The
yeah.
cheapest of the 3 doesn't fit. Oh no.
Nuts.
Slides are hard for me. I
Yeah.
have to do. That's why my slides are Velcro. That's why I can't do thongs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because my feet are 2 different sizes, and this is one uniform size. We tried. It got better. Paul wore this for 2 days to try to break them in for me.
Yeah.
It did get better, but I still can't get my foot all the way into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was wearing these literally today, and my issue is this is so big. If my foot isn't all the way into it, I roll my ankle in it. Like I've done it a couple of times.
Because your foot's
Gotcha.
hanging off the back.
Because my foot, because my foot only goes in, like my toes barely stick out.
yeah.
So my foot's like sitting here in it.
Oh no.
And so I actually, because this is so thick, I roll my ankle. Same with the ones you got. me.
Yeah.
I tried wearing them, but I can't because I was like, oh, I'll wear them in, and then I'll be
So
fine.
I have a shoe stretcher. I'll bring that the next time we
Okay.
record, and you can go to town with that thing and see if you can stretch those out.
'Cause if I
You
could
literally
stretch
just
them out,
open it up in the shoe and just leave it for a week.
because like you can see how this is like untouched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my toe only goes to about here. Because my foot's too fucking fat to fit in it.
Yeah, your foot needs to do some planks. Anyway,
Yeah, my foot needs to start doing some
Here,
planking.
Nick. This
Yeah.
is called the Fluff That.
fluff that.
And
So
as you
that's
can
the one
see,
I think. Yeah, it's the Velcro version.
But does that have an enclosed toe?
So it seems. Oh, sorry,
No,
toe. I was
it
looking at the
doesn't.
back. Sorry, action mode for me is like it's enclosed on the back.
No, I want the enclosed toe.
I am not seeing any fluff products on the UGG site. That I'll do a little deeper digging, but
Okay. Well,
So
That's a
long
miss
story
then,
long,
Ugg,
I'm
but-
probably gonna get the Fluff That's with the Velcro because then I can change the size of it.
hold
yeah.
Open it up a little bit.
Ooh, fluffy.
There's the
It.
Fluff.
That's mine right there. Not that
There
color.
you go.
Let's
nice little burgundy oxblood for you.
ooh,
Yeah.
my girl would like
Margarita.
that. That's not bad.
Margarita. That's
What's the first
the
one?
best
It's like
name.
an olive, I think. Burnt olive fluff.
Burnt
Go back to
olive.
margarita.
Margarita.
Yeah.
Little
You do.
champagne.
You go margarita.
Maybe.
Margarita's like definitely kind of like some peacock color. Like,
Yeah, no,
it
I'm
stands
already
out.
wearing Uggs. I want people to look at me.
There you go.
Closed toe.
I'm going to go down to Starbucks in my Uggs.
You know what I don't like about these ones though? The strap. Not
It says
crazy about
Ugg
the
in
strap.
big letters. I don't love the strap.
I like. Throw me that one again, Bjorn. Not quite as aggressively as I threw it at you. So for the viewer at home, you can see on these, it has a little tiny hit right here,
yeah.
but that's it. Like there's
That's-
no other branding on it, which
And
I think with
the
think
heel-
like this,
Mm-hmm.
the heel has
yeah,
it.
it's got a little.
I don't mind some loud UGG branding because UGG is such a silly brand that has like such a, it's like the basic white girl shoe.
Yeah. I think
And
that's the
so
thing is like I
it's
don't
like
necessarily...
such a troll to even wear an UGG product in my mind.
But everyone knows that it's like Birkenstock. It's like the spiritual. It's the more party version of the Birkenstock.
Yeah,
Where
I love that.
In the past, I've been like, I'm not trying to fuck with Birkenstocks because I never went to UVM or whatever it is.
Vermont.
Yeah,
Somewhere in Vermont.
And yeah, I just don't have like big Birkenstock energy.
Yeah, you got to be a real hippie type.
Big Birkenstock energy.
Yeah.
I just have to call attention to
Yeah,
that.
it's
That's
just.
funny.
I
know
think
exactly
the energy.
what I'm talking about.
The energy is the only thing big in that situation.
Big Birkenstock energy is
Yeah.
the neighbor to like big Keen energy, but like
Right.
you're into different activities.
Yeah.
Both of you have a rooftop tent on your stupid Subaru that you never use.
I think Birkenstock guy wishes. He sleeps in the back of his Subaru.
Yeah,
Birkenstock guy has white dreads.
Birkenstock, I think that's like the old connotation is like it's very kind of like playing ultimate frisbee on the quad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't do like the research chemical drugs, you do the all natural acid mushrooms like peyote.
Isn't acid a research chemical?
I think it was, but like it's come around. It's not like it's got fun names, whereas like people that do research drugs are like, oh yeah, dude, I did some like 2CIX, and you're like, huh? And they're like, yeah, I had to measure it with a special tool because if you take more than 0.02 grams, you'll die. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I ain't
okay.
fucking around with that.
Like fentanyl.
Yes, somewhat similar to fentanyl.
Okay.
Like
Wait, there's
DMT.
others? It's not a world I'm in.
Oh, there's
I'm a nerd,
lot.
apparently.
And people like doing them because they're not technically illegal. So you can like order them from like.
Etsy.
I'm not going to explain how to do drugs.
I'm not. These
You've got the
people.
internet.
You know what? If that's what you want to do, that's your funeral.
Let's just say like
Not
you don't
you,
have a
but
guy.
like you. If you're
Yeah.
listening and you're doing drugs that you're ordering off of a website and you're measuring them with a
Micrometer or something.
yeah, if you're measuring
Not
them
a teaspoon, not
like
a normal.
with a caliper, like you're reloading bullets.
Here's my line in the sand. If,
knock
if
it off.
someone can't be like, here, take this much, and they hand it to me, I'm good. Like, I don't want to like bring scales and like elaborate machinery in to like understand how much I need to take.
Yeah, I'm not a big drug guy.
That's
So
fair. Well, you do the fun one, booze.
alcohol, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my drug. I don't like to think.
Let me reiterate. You do the one that's fun half the time. Booze.
It's fun till it isn't.
Until it ruins your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah.
This is a kind of
Let's
a
circle back.
It seems like a weird question, but what do you think, Bjorn? You've got these new slides. They're fuzzy, and I will say. So I think the difference here. I will set the parameters.
Yeah.
Blowing the back out on these would be wearing them until the fuzz is completely matted. Okay.
Yeah.
And a pavement princess, because like I don't see you sauntering around town in these. Pavement princess would be like these don't leave the house. Like blowing the back out would be like I walk the dog out to pee every morning, not far, and then pavement princess is like oh no, like I don't wear these outside of my house or my apartment.
So with these, because I've rolled my ankle a couple of times in them, they're probably going to be kind of a princess.
I feel like that drop is exceptionally appropriate for these.
For these, like, I can't
That
even believe how
Actually, is the
appropriate-
most. Yeah, that's the most appropriate it's ever been.
What I'll be totally honest. Santa's probably gonna get me the Velcro version of this,
I love the Velcro shoes.
And then is Santa just gonna have two pairs?
and Santa's gonna have two
there you go.
pairs.
Yeah,
That's
with
fair.
them.
So he
like
can.
for different
Santa can
outfits.
blow the back out of one of those pairs.
Yeah.
or possibly
Just
both.
because, like, honestly, the ankle roll. Because here's what the deal is. This is like seriously like an inch of.
and it's like
an
canted
inch.
up. So like when
Yeah.
you roll, you go
So, like,
and then you tip.
Because I can't put my foot. Like I was like, whatever, it's fine. I've worn slippers before where like I just don't put my foot in them all the way, and it's fine. And eventually my foot fits. But the ankle rolls that I did, I was like,
So you need to like blow the inside out on these.
And I did put the effort in because we were gonna just return them, but I mean, like you can tell already, these have been worn a couple of days. Like Paul was trying to wear them in for me, but I like my other slides that I brought for the Bert Kreischer episode that we did. They're Velcro. They're the Velcro version.
Okay.
And so I can have them. The nice thing about the Velcro is just like a tie. It can size them slightly different.
Yeah.
And for a thing that just slips on, I really need that.
Yeah.
And that's just a Bjorn thing.
So
For sure.
very quickly, Bjorn, do you know? Did you ever have like skate shoes that didn't fit right?
Yes.
This is like a tactic for shoes that you're not trying to keep nice. Have you ever heard of the like trick of wearing them, like lacing them really tight, and then intentionally getting them wet so that you can like stomp around in them, and then that will accelerate the like wear in?
No.
They tell dudes to do that with boots.
Yeah.
With
Like,
my ski boots.
Nice leather boots.
With ski
Sometimes
boots, I used
they're
to put
expensive leather boots. They tell
Which
you
is
to
like,
get them
I
wet.
don't want to do that with expensive boots, but then they like form to your foot, and it's really sick. What were you gonna say about ski boots?
I was gonna say with ski boots, I just cut up a sock and like stuffed it in the toe of it. Because with ski boots, you really do. It really matters, like a lot.
They need to be tight.
Because like you need to be into your boots, like leaning into your boots, and then sometimes you got to be like back seat a little bit.
Yeah.
And then your toes are gonna slide forward. If you're if one foot, for me, if it's sliding too much, like I would put a little extra fabric, like, and I'd stuff the toe of my ski boots. That's what I used to do.
Some other quick ones. We're talking about like snow sports now. Snowboard boots. I know people that have put them in the lowest temperature in the oven and let them like. This was the old way that you would like heat mold your boots.
Yeah.
Before heat molding was like a thing you could get done at a shop.
Yeah, that's like the new thing is they custom fit the boots for you if you
Yeah.
buy a nice new pair.
Dude, I have to say, I don't have them anymore. That's the thing that drives me crazy. My mom threw them away.
She threw away a
your-
nice pair of boots.
She threw away a not so nice pair of boots.
Beat up snowboard boots.
So my favorite pair of snowboard boots, you're not going to be able to find them because they were literally discontinued. The first year of the 32 Yotas, YOTA, I got them on I won them when I was a camper at Windell's. I was not a camper at the camp that I worked at later in my life.
There's a lot of employees that here. Good news: if you go to Play It Against Sports, you can get those boots again.
Well, I remember getting an email. They were like, "Hey, we recalled these boots. They were the 2000.
These ones.
Yes, those are the ones.
Well, these are
Yes,
8.5,
in the
so
yellow.
you're not gonna have them.
That was the exact colorway of them and everything.
Huh.
These are them.
Look at those.
These were my favorite snowboard boots.
What was wrong with them?
I don't
Why'd
know.
they recall them?
I don't know
They
why they
explode or
recalled them.
something?
They
Or
were
they
the
break?
type of boots you had to get them. They like put them in an oven and you got them custom molded to your feet. They fell apart in some weird way. They were terrible for like temperature wise. They like my feet got cold, but they were the best snowboard boots I ever owned. And I got new snowboard boots and then I went back to these. And I loved them. They were too soft. People were like breaking their ankles in them or something. I don't know. For some reason, these were recalled. This exact boot. I can't believe. I'm so hyped that you found them exactly.
I like that
These
you're
were
like
them.
you're not gonna find them. I was like, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I mean, I have not found a more comfortable snowboard boot. I mean, mine were completely blown out on the toe. Like, they were.
Like you used the hell out of them.
I used the hell out of these.
Well, you're gonna have to go to Eau Claire,
Eau
Wisconsin.
Claire? Ooh, I know Eau Claire. I've
Yeah.
been there.
Well, you can go back and get these in an
Comedy there
8.5.
one time.
Shrink your feet.
Those were my favorite snowboard boots. I haven't really found another pair. But so what happened is like I got a bunch of brand new boots from camp that I didn't like as much. And my mom threw those ones away because they were pretty worn out. Because what you do when you're on the chairlift, last thing about snowboarding, but when you're on the chairlift, you like put your other foot like kind of holds the board and it just cuts
So
up
just the
boot.
top of the board is just constantly chopping on your boot.
Yeah, because like your skis, it's sort of like equal weight.
Yeah.
But, like your one foot gets
You've got one
heavy, so
foot
you
like
strapped
wrenching
into the
on your
board and the
ankle,
other foot.
yeah. So eventually
Yeah.
you kind of like put it on the other foot to sort of like even up the weight, and that's what ultimately did those boots in for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Boys, you want to look at some shoes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
All
love
right,
to.
So we got 10 shoes on the docket. Forget it or forget it this evening. Some of them were recommended by y'all, so I appreciate that. And for the viewers and listeners who've never heard this segment before, one, I would definitely advise checking us out on YouTube or Spotify video because this is going to be pretty heavy on images. But if you can't, check it out later. And the premise is that the boys are going to say, get it or forget it. Get it doesn't necessarily mean buy it, but like you kind of fuck with the vision, like you get it. Forget it is like, nope, not interested. Keep it moving. Not gonna dip my toe in that pond. So that being said, the first shoe was recommended by you, Bjorn. This is an Adidas McCartan, and
Oh, yes.
it is the Left-Handers Rule Edition. I believe that it's available now. And
I think it is.
Some quick things about these shoes. So these are like the Ned Flanders shoes. The box has Ned Flanders on it with a big sign that says Left-Handers Rule. It comes with like a print too, I think. Some deep cut Simpsons stuff. But for those who can't see, it is kind of like a mock toe with green and brown and then a fully black sole. And it's ringed around the collar on the inside with like just a classic like pink.
Like a
It's the donut.
Like the donut.
It's a donut from The
Pink.
Simpsons. Yeah.
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 So Bjorn, because you put this on the docket, I'll give you a couple more views too. Here's some more from the side, that mock toe in the front, and then the sole. Bjorn, is this going to be a get it or forget it for you?
I really like this one. I don't know why. Like, I've always wanted to like a mock. Like, I've had a couple of different mocks. I mean, I don't know if you remember the iPaths. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah.
It's a skate shoe that had, like, the mock toe, which was wild. It was wild to skate. Did you ever skate a pair?
No.
They're terrible for skating. But it's kind of like a boat shoe to me.
It has
Like,
real boat shoe vibes to me.
For sure.
a lot of boat shoe vibes. I really like the gold accents. And you know about the whole, like, you know, there's a you know how Portland is very Simpsons.
Well, so Matt
All those
Groening grew
characters.
up here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
They're all
named
named
so
after
many things.
So there's
streets in my
Northeast
neighborhood.
Flanders
Right.
Street. So, like, if you drive around Portland, there's a whole bunch of Northeast Flanders that are Ned Flanders. Like,
Yep.
people have gone
They-
and added the D.
No,
to
they just built a new pedestrian bridge across the 405
Yep.
at Flanders Street, and it's called Ned Flanders
Sorry,
Crossing.
I'm trying to pull that up for you.
Like they named
that's
the city
awesome.
of Portland named it after the
Well,
Simpsons
because
character.
there's Mr. Burns, Burnside. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many references.
Well,
So-
isn't it supposed to be Springfield, Oregon? That like isn't
that is the rumor.
that's where-
Yeah, I think it's been confirmed,
they
actually.
no, it
Yeah.
has been. They modeled the Simpsons town after Springfield, Oregon. But yeah, the dude grew up here, so like they're all named
I don't know.
after
This
those
was kind of
roads.
a wacky one that I saw. and I
Quimby,
was
right?
so hyped
Mm-hmm.
on. This is totally a get it for me.
This looks like the shoe for if you've always been a boat shoe guy and then you retire, and now you're old, but you're still a boat shoe guy. So this is an old man boat shoe. I don't hate it. I'm an old man, but
In
like,
spirit, yes.
yeah. So this would be. I mean, I'd go get it over forget it on this. I like a lot of the details. Looks like some nice leather. I like a nice leather.
This one, I think, almost in the sake of like having a dynamic show, I agree with the sentiment, but ultimately, I think the criteria for me is it's not for me. I get what they're going for, but I don't particularly appreciate it to the degree. Like if I saw somebody wearing these, I wouldn't be like, what is that? So I'm gonna go with forget it on my end. And
Okay.
very quickly, here is the plaque that they put on the Ned Flanders crossing with the visage of Ned Flanders himself.
neighborino.
Yep.
That
City of
that
Portland.
legitimately is there. I've seen it a few times. I
Peabody.
went out of my way to find it the last time I went to the Pearl.
Yep.
Joanna and I were walking home, and there it was, and I pointed it out. And neither of us have watched The Simpsons, so it did nothing for us. But I was like, that's
Really?
really significant
He's
to a
too
lot
young
of
for The
people.
Simpsons.
It's true.
I'm really not, because it's been going for 30
Yeah,
years
but the
straight.
hook's not set.
Yeah, the
like
hook-
you
yeah,
never had
it
the
was too
experience of
much.
like, whoa, Simpsons are on Sunday night. I got to be at home
Yeah.
at 8:30 or whatever time it was.
Yeah.
I started watching Arrested Development because it came on after The Simpsons.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I think you had to be like early to mid 90s was when The Simpsons really
That was like the peak, and then
wasn't that because they were the only show doing that back then.
That it was really the spiritual successor to like the Flintstones. Like the Flintstones was like the first cartoon that I think everybody watched and like really liked because there's humor for everyone.
Yeah.
And then Simpsons kind of like picked up where they left off, and I think it's just a testament to like the writing staff and.
But the Simpsons was more like. The Simpsons was more aimed at like the sitcom crowd than the children crowd, right?
So was the Flintstones, dude.
Oh, really?
You should go rewatch the Flintstones.
I
man.
should. Okay.
It was totally a sitcom.
Jetsons was kind of the same way.
Jetsons.
Okay.
I rewatched some of the Jetsons because I was a huge fan of the Jetsons. The
But wasn't the
Jetsons movie
Simpsons
was like one of my favorite movies. Was Jetsons Meet the Flintstones?
Was there? Because isn't there like mild profanity in the Simpsons?
Oh, in the Simpsons?
In the
Yeah,
Simpsons,
like damn and hell
I
and
would say
ass
it's like
and bitch.
it's maybe not PG-13.
Yeah.
It's like the line between like PG and PG-13. I think there's like some adult content, but like nothing that like
It's not Family Guy.
if you're over
but-
the age of 10, you can watch The Simpsons no problem unless you're like
because
super
I remember we weren't
parenty.
like even when we had TV, we weren't allowed to watch it. My mom was like, "That's inappropriate." I don't.
See,
She was mad at
that was
show.
Beavis and Butthead for me. Like it was like
I went-
My mom didn't even know.
I
about
went back
Beavis
and found that
Butthead.
shit on YouTube, and that shit is the best ever.
well, and then they did the revival. It was good.
Good.
Do you have any? I have one episode that's just like burned into my memory.
20
what?
seconds. Go.
Okay,
we got 9
okay.
more shoes.
I know we got a bunch of shoes.
Yeah.
So the shop episode where he cuts his thumb off. That is my that one's burned into my memory.
Of Beavis and Butthead.
Of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Okay.
He cuts his thumb off. I don't even know. That's the one episode
That you're
that's
like,
in my
yeah.
brain that I can't
Can't forget.
My favorite
forget.
ever Beavis and Butthead scene is in Beavis and Butthead Do America, the movie. They drive through Butte, Montana, and of course, like,
Oh, that's right.
but.
You're like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Representation matters. This is great.
I forgot about that.
So
Yeah.
I also added a new feature for this week upon request.
Yes.
So you were both get-its. Does
Yep.
that change when you find out that these are $120?
No.
No, that's what I would
That's
have
a reasonable.
assumed
Like
those cost.
130 is as high as I'm gonna go on those.
I feel like for something like this, my ceiling is around 80. Unless they're very
Yeah.
nice, but these are Adidas's. Like
They're Adidas,
if
but I really
These
like.
like
are
a
get it
Cole
for
Haan
me
or
as in I
something.
don't hate them.
yeah.
I'm also left-handed, so you know.
That being
I
said,
feel like
For me to genuinely buy these, that's an employee store pickup.
for sure.
For $60, I would potentially purchase these for myself.
And I think that's a solid get it because I was also going to add that.
grocery getters to me. You
Yeah.
know, like these are just like you throw these
Yeah.
on, walk the dog.
I could see these
I'm
being.
kind of hyped on them for some
I
reason.
sometimes wear heat to the grocery store though.
Yeah.
I think these could be cool for like a lot of like the comedians who like aren't sneakerheads, but they want to have something on stage. Like when who was it? Was it Sammy? No. Somebody recently was like Jordan
Yeah,
Kastner was
Jordan
like
Kastner.
he's like I'm not going to wear some like super flashy shit. I'm going to wear like nice shoes. And I think
These
these
would
would
be
be a
good for
good
him.
compromise. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we are going to get in probably the highest heat shoe that we're going to look at this evening. This is the Jordan 1 Retro Low Year of the Tiger. And very similar, I will say, and I'll pull these up in a second, to like the Quarter Snacks dunks that they did a couple years ago that were zebra print based on like the Little Debbie zebra cakes. But some notable things about these shoes is that they are only available in Asia.
Okay.
And there was only 5,000 pair made.
Oh,
So
wow.
these are, and they're individually numbered as well. I don't know if that's on the box or on the shoe.
Oh my goodness! So those are gonna cost a fortune.
I think this hits all of the heat targets. Like
Yeah.
it's flashy, tasteful, limited, and not in a U.S. market. That to me is like I cannot see these reselling.
Tasteful is debatable.
I think when I say tasteful, I'm talking about like for the listeners at home, the mid where the swoosh is like it's a zebra print, but with a kind of like cream,
It's a
like
tiger
a yellow
print.
cream. Sorry, tiger. You're right. Yes, that's the name.
So it's a zebra print, but like orangish yellow.
But it's not like a zebra orange. That's on the rear kind of cuff where
Yeah,
the
the
heel tab
rear
is.
thing is bright orange, but no, it's like a light
It's a little
yellowish,
subdued.
a very pale yellowish orange,
Mm-hmm.
much like a tiger's belly.
Yeah. So we'll start with you, Nick. Are the Year of the Tigers?
Forget it.
Forget it. Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
I don't like the Jordan 1 Low. I don't really like animal prints on shoes.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to cost a freaking
But it
arm
would
and a
be
leg.
this would be the crown jewel in terms of heat for your collection.
Sure, if I'm spending that outrageous amount of money that it would cost for me to get these that aren't releasing here, so it's definitely aftermarket,
Yeah.
I'll just pick a different crown jewel.
All right. Bjorn?
Yeah.
Oh, this is definitely okay. I love orange. I love black and orange.
Look at the tiger on the back.
I love tiger print. I love the tiger on the back. But there is no way I'm paying resale for this. This is a forget it for me. Oh,
man.
no way.
Yeah, this is so funny because like we were talking about how like, oh, I wanted to hide the price, but it's like you can't because of how limited it's going to be.
Well,
It's gonna be
MSRP on
limited.
these
It's
is
gonna
going to
be-
be whatever Jordan
Like,
1 low is like 120.
Here's
Yeah.
what I would pay. Here's what I would pay for these. 60 to 80.
Shut the fuck up.
That's
Really?
what I would pay for these. Because
Yeah.
this is like a shoe that I would wear all the time. This would be a blow the back out kind of situation.
Oh, man.
This doesn't seem like it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have that special pop to me.
I'm telegraphing with my responses here, but for me, definitely get it. Like these, I said on the
All
last
right.
episode that like I might be a Jordan 1 low guy because
Yeah.
they're kind of like dunks, but they're not dunk crazy.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I think that this gives you that flashy dunk aesthetic without like the craze about the additional dunk. Now, yes, I'm never going to own these shoes ever in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I were a sneaker dude, I would definitely pay $300 bucks.
Because I was going to say, these are probably going to go for 3-4.
Here's
3
the
or
beauty
4.
of this
That
as
would
well.
be my guess.
It's
If
a
there's
white
only
shoe.
5K though, the rarity, it may end up close to like $1,000.
Yeah, and I wear a 9, which is like a very popular size, but it's not going to be as whatever. I'm
as
not getting
hard as
into
a
it.
10.
I like these because they are almost a white shoe, but not a true white. So I think it gives you a
Yeah.
little more leeway in terms of keeping them clean. I love the tiger on the back. I think that's my favorite part. I think like if you color, I'm turning into Bjorn right now. If you color match the laces to that orange,
Yes.
fucking fire.
Yes.
And
the orange lace on this would be
and it's
super
got it on
tight.
that on the toe tag or tongue tag. It's orange on there too. So yeah, man, I saw these and I was like, man, those are fucking cool.
I like them. I'm just not gonna pay what I
For
know
sure.
they're probably gonna go 1,000 on those, and
All
it's
right.
just too much.
Well, for the next one, we're going to stick with Jordans, and this is going to be a 6 low. This is the Atmosphere. And I will say this is kids only. So they only did this in like toddler, young, whatever, grade school, whatever the classifications are. A couple of call outs that I want to make real quick are there wasn't up close, but if you look closely, there's these toggles on the laces that help keep them tied, which is brilliant for a kid's shoe, in my opinion. Like you tie them, that thing already cinches it down.
That's a classic. That's like a 6. That's a thing with the 6.
Oh, it is?
He has a pair of
that.
sixes.
Oh, okay,
they
okay.
have that for adults too.
You never stop learning.
Yeah.
I'll start here, and then I'm gonna throw it to you guys. I'm doing it. I think
All
that
right.
like this is a great color balance. You have a light pink, you have a neon pink, you have a multicolor sole. It's got the air bubble. I think the toggle being the neon pink, like the magenta, is really cool. And then it's got the black cuff around the ankle. I think that this is just like a really well color balanced shoe. And then honestly, I love the Jumpman on the bottom.
Oh yeah. No, I love. There's so much I
Take
like
it away.
about
Okay,
the,
so
there's
I'm
so much
gonna
I
get
like
it.
about the 6. If I had a girl, like if I had a young girl, I'm buying these for them.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm.
Yeah,
like,
if you had a daughter
if
who
I
was
had a
like
daughter-
7 years old.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
There's so much I like about the shoe. Like it drives me crazy that I don't like the 6s that I have because they fit like a fucking hockey skate. And I just want to say this every single time we talk about a 6. Every time we talk about a 6, size down, a whole size, because it's a whole size down. And most of the time I need to size up. But this is a size down kind of situation. I don't know what the kids one is. I love the heel tab.
Yep.
It's so sick. I
got
love the
another magenta
Jumpman.
hit, yeah.
I love the infrared. This is a classic infrared. Mixed with like
with like
a
white
pink.
and pink.
It's sick. For a kid, So I'm gonna just go with a get it. Like, so hypothetically, Bjorn has a daughter. She is flossing out of control with this. Like, it is hard though with the 6 when you have them, because you're just like, how do I lace this? Because it's got that like cool thing. Can you go back a slide? So there's this. I love this piece here.
The lace cover,
the
is that what you're looking
lace
at?
cover,
Yeah.
because they've got that on the Spizike, and that's one of my favorite shoes of the like weird hybrid shoes that I have. Is the Spizike has that? I love the 6 tongue is dope to me. It's like a elastic, and it's got I don't know. It's sick. I'm into it. I'm feeling it. I mean, it's not for me, obviously, but
Follow-up question, though. If it were available in men's sizing, would you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just curious.
I wouldn't.
We're gonna. That doesn't count towards
No.
the
It
tally,
doesn't.
but
Since it's a GS
also
release.
one other thing I'll mention very quickly before I throw to Nick. You're mentioning like, oh, if I had a daughter, I'd buy these for sure. I think these go harder if you had a son.
Really?
I think it's like peak contemporary, kind of like flashy streetwear. And
Totally.
Pink's back,
Yeah.
baby. Like wearing that, not in like the weird 80s,
but owning that pink
Yeah.
is pretty
I could
sick,
see
'cause it's got the
these-
salmon, and then it's also got the light pink.
I know you guys don't know who this is. Shout out to the listeners at home who do. But like Anthony Simons from the Portland Trailblazers is like a younger player who's like dresses like a Grant High School student. He wears skinnies and a hoodie. Skinnies and a hoodie with these on a guy
Yeah, that'd be
would
sick.
be very sick.
Yeah.
Nick, take it away.
What do you got?
I don't like them. I don't think the 6 looks good in a low.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think this being like the mid top, low top compared to the standard shape of the 6, I think that takes away. I don't like that shade of pink, that lighter
The
shade.
infrared?
No, the infrared's cool.
Oh,
the
sorry.
lighter
Oh,
shade
yeah,
of
yeah,
pink, I either want it to be pinker or to just not even be like whatever it is like it's too light. It's a weird shade of pink.
Oh, I think it's the anchor color. You go wild and you go mild, and then
Yeah,
that, pink
that
is
mild.
like-
I don't like that shade of pink.
No.
It's not for me. And
So-
even if I had a daughter, I am in agreement with Bjorn that I feel like if I had a 7-year-old daughter, that would be the target market for this shoe, and I would get her some cooler shoes. So that's a
Really?
forget it for me.
Forget it.
Yeah.
All right, Bjorn. Does this change your purchase power for your imaginary daughter? $120 for the
No.
kids' shoes.
No.
That's what I
You're still
assumed
like,
those-
no, I'm hooking you
On
up.
board.
The adults is
My-
is 200. So
My kids are gonna have some dope.
Gonna be flossing?
I actually when I was in Seattle, I met someone who one of my boyfriend's friends who buys sneakers. He's a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
And he has children. And he showed me all of his kids' sneakers, and I was just like, oh, that's so sick. And
Yeah,
I was
'cause
like,
you can get,
oh
like,
my God,
real
I'm
high
gonna spend
heat.
so much on my kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend so much on my kids' sneakers.
I'll
It's gonna
probably
be
spend money
ridiculous.
on your kids' sneakers.
He's like showing
Uncle
me
Nick
the like
coming through.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
it's-
have to outdo the kid's dad.
You know what would be like a really sick move?
Bjorn will get him just like the regular dunks, and I'll be like, yeah, you know, your dad tries fucking off-whites.
There's some
Who the
off-white
fuck does that?
fours for your
Parents at home, consider this, because I think this would be so sick. If you're a sneakerhead and you got kids, and sneakers like this come out, and you're like, oh, I gotta get that for such and such, buy it in a bigger size, and then
Totally.
put it on ice. And then when they fit that size, be like, congratulations, baby girl, you're 7 now. So I got you these shoes 4 years ago, and like no one has them anymore.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I think that would
Ooh,
be
I like
such
that.
a sick sneakerhead parent move where and granted, once they get to like 12 or so, you got to pump the brakes a little bit. But if you know that they're going to continually be growing out
once
of
they're
shoes,
if they're still in kid sizes.
yeah.
Once they're hitting adult sizes, you're gonna have to be careful. But
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is another one that I think is going to be very popular. I think might get some love in the room. We're sticking with Jordan. I think this is going to be the last Jordan.
Okay.
This is a Air Jordan 4 Red Thunder that is coming out in January. I have dubbed these the official Spider-Man shoe.
Totally.
For the listener at home, it's a 4 with like black and then like a really fire engine red accent color that includes all of the plastic on the shoe, the mesh on the mid panel and the toe panel, and then it's got that fire red incorporated into the sole, like around
in the
bubble.
midsole.
Yeah, I'll show you another couple angles on these. And Nick, we'll get it going with you.
I mean, it's a clean execution. I'm not really a fan of the 4. These are forget it for me. But here's the 2 reasons. One, it's almost an all black shoe with some red accents. I'm not a big fan of super dark shoes. I feel like they get lost.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Obviously, these are still shouty, but I'm not a 4s guy, and it's not a classic colorway. So if I was gonna get a pair of 4s, I'm getting the Breads.
See, interesting you say that.
Or I'm getting like the Oreos.
These were released in 2006. Classic has a subjective definition.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm saying not a 1989 colorway.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's
So-
like these came in 06 as the Thunders, and now they're the Red Thunders.
Yeah,
So,
not for me. I see the point of it, but I would never buy it. I'm not a 4s guy, so it's not for me.
gotcha. Bjorn, take it away.
I'm totally a Forest guy. I love red. I love a black shoe. I can't say no to these. Like, I can't.
No.
I might go. I'm probably gonna go for these because these, like, I've got my fire red 4s, which are just
Nike
these.
is shooting
inverted.
you in a
Swap
barrel.
out
Yeah.
white for all the black on this, and those are what I have. And but at the same time, these are the kind of like sneaker I would blow the back out on, you know?
That's exactly what I was thinking. These are a great blow the back out. So, are we hitting the register on this?
Oh yeah,
That is a get it for Bjorn.
I'm gonna go for them.
And I kind of tipped my hand a little bit. I said normally I do not bang with a black sole, black
Ooh.
mid, but I do think that this is the cool way to do a primarily black shoe. I think
It's nubuck, like it's nubuck on there, so that shit's gonna. I don't know. I'm a fan of nubuck, you know.
dude, the to me the contrast between the red and the black is super cool. I think that this is like the ultimate black outfit shoe. Like
totally.
this black jeans, like a black top, and then like a hat with like some red incorporated into it to like color match the red. And I think that is a very, very cool fit. So I am a get it. And
Just a random thing that I do know. They had a couple years ago. They restocked a pair called the Black Cat
Uh-huh.
4.
Yeah, these remind
That's
me of the
all black.
Cats.
Those are reselling for $900 now,
I believe it.
which I did not. I thought those would be like $320.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be like some like Air Force One all black.
Yeah, like they would be worth something, but not that much.
Well, Bjorn's stepping out for a moment. What I will say on these is MSRP $190.
I mean,
So
that's what they cost.
that's what they cost, and yeah, it's
It didn't stop us the other 20 times we've paid
Yeah,
that for
right.
a pair of Jordans. So
all right. So we'll take it away with you, Nick, on the next one. I lied. We have another Jordan.
another Jordan.
Now you were saying you like the classic colorways.
I
Here we
do.
go with a retro one high OG.
Oh,
And this is the dark marina
so
blue.
this is not a classic colorway. The classic colorway has the blue. It doesn't have the blue all the way around. It has the
Okay.
blue on the back, but then the blue is in the toe spot, and it's black.
Okay. Like the perforated toe area.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's like what the Royal and the I think look up what the Royal or the Bread. It doesn't matter. I've seen these teased for ages. These are totally a get it. I'm
totally
going for
get
these.
it. Oh,
yeah.
I thought we were going
I've
in a
always
different
thought the
direction
Royal one was one of the better colorways. Bjorn has it in the mid, and this is another shot for me to try to get the Royal ones.
there. Bjorn just walked back into the studio and said, "Ooh." I'll get mine in while he's grabbing another drink out of the fridge. For me, I think I love the fact that they went with a white sole. I
Yeah.
think that's perfect. I think these with
classic.
white laces would be amazing.
Ooh, a white lace would make that look pretty cool.
And it's a white sole with a blue bottom,
Yeah.
which I think is a really cool move as well. Normally, I've said before on the show that I'm not a huge fan of the one highs. I think that these are cool. I'm gonna say it's a forget it. And what I will say is that if the mid panel where the swoosh is was white, I think if you swapped white for black, I'd be a little more into it. I know that's kind of like the Carolinas.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little too dark for me on this shoe. But Bjorn, what do you think?
Oh, totally into it. This is a get it. Oh,
Get
would you
it?
Say that.
Let me get that.
Yeah, I really like this. I love the idea of the white lace swap on this. This
Yeah.
would be a really good opportunity for a white lace in there to just really bring this white sole and just like make it a more cohesive look.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got the white logo, you've got the white sole. Let's pop the white lace in there.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would do to this if I were to wear it. I like this blue. Like I have the royal mids. I like the mid. I'm more of a mid guy. Like I like a mid or a low.
Yeah, because you
I'm
have the
not a huge
highs and
fan
they
of the
dig into the
highs.
back here.
I'm not like I can only wear the highs for so like I can't do a whole day on them.
Yeah.
But like I wear mids all the time, like to work and stuff. So I wish this was a mid. Like nobody wishes that, but Bjorn does. And they'd probably the weird thing is like why do they do different color blocking on a mid? Like why don't you just
So that
make
they
it a
can
mid?
charge more for the high. And so they can
probably
keep
what
hype
it is.
high on the highs and lower on the mids.
I mean, I've even done the thing where I only like
I
only
think they
lace
make
here.
the mid colorways suck a little bit on purpose.
Really?
I really think they do because
That
they're
would
like
be
the
a
general
solid-
release shoe, and in order to keep the highs as like the hype product, I think they intentionally make the mid colorways
Extra
like
mid.
no, they just make them a little less like
Yeah.
they make them
not
look
as coveted.
awkward.
Like,
Where
just
it's
a
like
little
they were
awkward.
almost
I mean, that's
there.
what I mean when I say mid. It's like, okay.
Mid tier.
The one other thing too that I would be curious to see what it looks like. I could mock this up in Photoshop. If the swoosh was white.
I kind of want to know what that would look like too. 'cause
I
that
don't
would
know
make-
if that-
you'd give a nice balance to it.
Don't know if I would like that, but I would look at it.
I think if the swoosh was white, then you don't have to do the lace swap.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, if the swoosh
Totally.
was white and then you did the lace swap, I think that could be kind of cool. It'd be like all different.
I don't
It'd be
think
bun-
you need to do a lace swap.
I don't
No,
think you
but
need
it-
to
it
like
could
the way
help
you do
still.
with these right now, but I think it could be cool.
Yeah.
And of course, as with a lot of the ones, $170 is going to
Mhm.
get you these in your basket.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have so many Jordans on the show today.
Okay.
Sorry,
I love
Keep
it.
going.
not a lot of Yeezys on this one. So
fine.
the next one is a 4.
Kanye's been too busy house shopping.
Yeah, right.
Buying houses.
In the neighborhood of his ex.
He's got kids.
His wife has kids. I'm not trusting Kanye with those kids. The next one is another 4, and this is for the ladies out there.
That's
It's
a
the
5.
red. Oh, interesting.
It's
We
a
must have-
5 low.
That's
It's a
okay.
5 low.
Oh, my bad.
5
Oh,
low.
you know what? Maybe I forgot to do it. Anyway, 5 low. My
I
apologies.
imagine it's still called Red Thunder.
It's not. I did a copy paste here. I
Oh,
think.
no.
My
'Cause
apologies.
Red Thunder is
Terry.
probably not.
Well, how about this, Bjorn? Take it away, and in the
I-
meantime, I'm gonna look up some more information.
So I own one pair of 5 lows, and I think they are sick, and I would like to see a lot more colorways of them. The one pair that I have is a golf
Yeah.
shoe, and my man tried them on recently, and then I was like, man, I gotta find. So I have the cool gray.
Yeah.
Jordan 5 low in a golf silhouette, which we need to do. Maybe we'll do it in the spring or
Yeah.
something. Or
we get back out on the links.
when we get back out on the
Oh,
links.
yeah.
Or I mean, we're also going to have those Jordan 4s, not to spoil it too much, but I did get the Bread 4 golfs.
Rock
Oh,
it.
Take
to
a
a grand.
W on that. So maybe we'll do like a super golf couple episodes.
Yeah.
We got to get Shane
Shane's
on here.
on the
God, we gotta
show.
I
Yeah.
gotta get Shane on here.
Shane,
We'll just do like a whole bunch of
come
golf
talk
shoes.
about golf.
I'll wear my golf because we don't need to do a whole episode on my golf 90s. Like,
No,
who
but if you and
cares?
Shane talk about golf for a whole episode,
Ball
that will
golf.
be good.
I need to specify
ball golf, I do have frisbees in my car.
Let me correct the record. These are the 5 low Arctic pinks.
Arctic pink.
You know
Yeah.
what, dude? I want more Jordan 5 lows. These are sick. I love the little plastic thing. I love the side hit. I even like these. You know what? I'd rock these even though they're women's only. Like I kind of
You'd order up that 11 and a half.
Would you go for 'em?
11 and a half. I might go for these. I love the because the 5 is turning into one of my favorite silhouettes. It's like a little bit of an unknown. It's sort of like the 3. I've got a couple of 4. I've got quite a few pairs of 4s. I think it's 4 pairs of 4s. But you know what ones I wear the most? I wear my 5s more than I wear my 4s, honestly. Like I got those FIBA 4s. I do wear those a fair amount. But I've been stoked on the 5s, and a 5 low is pretty sick to me. I don't know. I'm into it. I'm into this one. I might even rock this one because I like the. This is the same as those
kids
kids ones.
It's that
those
same
kid
color
sixes.
of pink.
It's the same. Is that like a nubuck? I'm going with a get it on this one.
All right,
Is
Nick?
what I'm going for.
I still
What
don't
about
like.
your girl. Would you get these for your girl? Would look good in these, right?
I don't. She would look all right in those, but I mean, I still don't like that color of pink.
Really?
It's just not. I don't know. I feel like I want it to be either more pink or just not pink. It's like halfway between pink and tan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that it's halfway between.
I think
pink
it's sick.
and
Yeah.
tan.
I don't know.
That's what I like about it. Is it's
There's
a
something
subtle
about
pink.
that color of pink that I don't like. So yeah, I don't think I would get it for her. I would wait for a shoe that I liked better and that I think she would like better.
Oh, I think it's brilliant. The combo.
I don't
with
hate the
infrared.
silhouette. I think I've said before that I didn't like the
Now,
5 and
I
a
might
low,
put
but this one doesn't look terrible. The color blocking's nice. I just don't like that color of pink, so let's forget
might-
it on this for me.
I might put a black lace in this one though.
I could see that.
That would look cool.
I think a black lace swap would really balance the whole shoe, in my opinion. Like a black in there.
I'd like to see it with a white. I think if the kind of like magenta
White might
infrared
be
is like a
fun.
little much. For me, help.
Oh, here we go.
I think that I agree with you, Bjorn. The 5 low is like a cool looking shoe, and again, this is not like a super flex shoe. This is just like I care about shoes.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I like these shoes. I think the little kind of spiky mohawk in black on the sole is really
it's
cool.
sick.
I think
Yeah.
the white toe cup is interesting. The white mid panel is cool. Like again, this is a I'm not going to say it's as balanced as those kids ones were that we looked at, but I think this is a really tasteful shoe. I think it like is a little wild and mostly mild, and I think it's sick. We're looking at $175 for those.
The
Okay.
price point's a little high, but
I mean, isn't that the standard for
I
fives?
mean, fives. What's a men's
I
5
know.
cost?
Your
I know.
5s were like $225
yeah, they were like
$25
$210
or
something.
something.
Yeah, this is when gender equity really kind of
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
out.
There you go.
All right, so next one is a decisive shoe on this show. We're sticking with Nike, and we're looking at the Blazer Mid 77 EMB. Now, a couple things I want to call out on these Blazer Mids. They are a predominantly white shoe. The only color is found on the checks and on the back with the big Nike branding in red and white. I got a detail shot there. It's got alternate material on like the tip of the toe. One of these days I'm going to look up what all these panels are called.
I know.
And it's more of a gray. It's like a really light gray. But the final thing I want to call out is that every swoosh on this shoe, inside and outside, is a different color. We have a purple, it looks like, or maybe like a really dark navy, purple, blue. And we got like a orange, yellow, like a goldenrod, a red, and a green. So I'm going to get things started with the Blazers aficionado on the show. Nick, are the 77 EMBs?
I don't like that swoosh being 4 different colors.
Yeah, you're not going for the multi-flavor?
No,
Variety
it's
pack?
Yeah, it's not for me on this one. I mean, I love the Blazer. It's a super clean shoe. The Blazers that are white with just a colorful swoosh,
Yep.
where it's like just a green swoosh, just a red swoosh, just a black swoosh. I like all of those. I don't have any of those, but I would wear all of those.
Yeah.
This, not so much, so it's a forget it. I don't like those 4 different colors. If they have a significance, that's nice,
Yep.
but it's not for me.
Bjorn? I know
we
you're a
know
noted
Bjorn's not a fan of the
noted
Blazers.
hater of the Blazers.
I
The shoes.
want to say I appreciate. I feel like the 4 colors done well. I want to just call that out before I give my.
What is it called? Like
Opinion.
Harlequin? When they have like a lot of colors like that.
I like that. I do like that. I like the way that it doesn't. It's not all the same, but yet it still works. Like this orange, this green, this purple, this red. You get the red hits on the back, but at the end of the day, Bjorn is not a fan of the silhouette, so it's going to be a no for me. It's a forget it.
Forget it for Bjorn. Now, would you wear it with this?
I would wear that just to wear that.
Would you?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Would you? Okay, so this is
I
actually.
wear wacky, crazy shit like that.
This is
I
part
like
of the reason why I
crazy
asked.
shit
So
like
for
that.
for those of you who can't see, if you're familiar with Harlequin, it's like diamond pattern, different colors.
I have a pair of golf pants that are basically that, although
Yeah.
they're like white with every color of diamond.
I say this in a good way. It's like jester, like court
Yeah,
jester
very
shit.
jester.
Yeah, like you have the hat. Harlequin hat is the one that has like the bells on it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd wear that hat, but I would wear that hoodie.
But wearing this hoodie, would it get you into wearing a multicolored shoe like that?
Yes.
Oh, multicolor is not the issue for me. I just don't like.
Okay.
Here's the thing: if they did a swoosh that was one color on one side
If they
and
did the
another
swoosh
color,
with a diamond pattern like this, you'd be into it.
yeah, possibly. Here,
Okay.
I don't mind if they. I don't like that they have complete different color palettes on each shoe.
I feel you. Yeah.
I would prefer they do. If it's yellow on one side, green on the other, then the other shoe could have it be yellow and green reversed or different or somehow different, but the same color scheme
you
on
need
both
some
shoes.
symmetry.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like that it was one shoe has two colors and the other
No.
shoe has two completely different colors.
You give me a tracksuit that has all this shit on it, I'm fucking wearing the whole
This-
outfit, Bjorn.
Oh, yeah.
This is
So
where I'm
incredible.
going in. I'm going hard in that. Like, if you give me a tracksuit that has all this shit represented.
One leg is one color, the
100%.
other leg is the
Yeah,
other color, and then split the top.
Whatever it is, like, yep,
Bjorn's
doing
getting
it.
all fired up over here.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
shit.
a get
Got
it
him.
for me.
All right, this is wild. The noted Blazer hater is a get it. The noted Blazer appreciator is a forget it. And I have gone on record as saying that I love the Blazer. I agree with you about like the single color swoosh. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh,
I'm not
no!
into it. I think you make a really compelling point, and I think in the absence of a very intentional outfit, this kind of is a little underwhelming for me. So, now
It has a little bit of a try, like it was trying hard to be an art piece, but
Yeah.
all they did, but it didn't try that hard. It was just like, we've got this one thing. Let's just make it a bunch of colors.
you're
and-
saying you wanted them to lean into the bit a little more.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want more things to match while some of it still doesn't.
I do like
You know,
when they
but-
do the
but, like,
thing where it's like the
go bigger.
outside matches and the inside is complementary, like my
Yeah.
patchworks that I have.
Yep.
Right. You see, if they
Where
did the same outside
complements.
swoosh and the inside swooshes were something different on each shoe,
Mm-hmm.
that would be enough to tie the pair together.
Yep. I
You
feel
know?
What if it was inside, outside, inside, outside? What would you think of that? So if it was like red on the outside,
So they're both red on the left and green on the right
Orange.
or whatever.
yeah.
They do that in a lot of shoes, so that when you see it from the side, you get both colors.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that, like definitely basketball shoes.
Yeah.
Things
No,
in the
no.
past.
He's saying so if you see it from the right side, it
It's
just looks
one.
like it has a green
Oh,
swoosh.
interesting.
You
And
see
on
it from the left.
side,
I kind of like that.
that would be
That would
fucking
actually
That's
be
like
kind
a
of dope, and
two-faced
I don't
shoe?
think
yeah,
I've.
yeah, like a two-face.
Yeah.
But it would be like if you just see it from one
I don't know
side,
if
you
I've
think of
seen
that. I've never
too
seen
many
that.
shoes that do that, and I like that idea.
Interesting.
Nike, do that.
This is like almost an entire. We had the Adidas at the top. It's almost
Yeah.
all Nikes this week. This is kind of a rehash because we did talk about this on an episode that
Okay.
Bjorn was not here for, but he requested that we talk about it. So I want to get it, and I hope we don't contradict ourselves. The next ones are the ACG Air Moabs, and in the Trail End Brown, which I should say is the original colorway
That's
for
the
this
original
shoe.
colorway, right?
This is when this shoe was released initially. This is what it looked like, and let's also take a peek at the backs. Very techy shoe for a
Yeah.
hiking shoe, and a very kind of like uncharacteristically Nike Air
Yeah.
Moab on the sole with the ACG. So, Nick, remind the folks at home, where did you land on this before?
I feel like I probably said no to this, right?
I think
I guarantee I said no to this. If I
You guys
said
did
yes,
this on the Sammy
if I
episode,
said
correct?
yes to this, I somebody was pretending to be me. Somebody was. I was a Scooby Doo villain.
one of the listeners, you can fact check us on this.
Please go and re-listen to our episodes.
I believe that
By the
I
way.
was get it because I think that this, when it comes to hiking boots, I think you gotta have it. Like you can't have a contemporary looking hiking shoe like this, like something that's this techy. I think it has to have some throwback. It has to have at least 10 to 15 years of like dating, and then it's because hiking inherently is like kind of a classic activity.
Yeah.
So I think that the silhouette is super cool. One of the things I want to call out is the ACG on the outside, not inside, on the gusset at the ankle.
Yeah.
And as opposed to like the thing that they're doing with a lot of newer SB stuff, they do have the miniature swoosh on the toe. And one thing I want to call out before I throw it to Bjorn is the purple coming up on the toe. I think that's really cool as well, and I think that's why I was a get it. But Bjorn, you were not here when we discussed this in the past. What do you think of the ACG Air Moab?
Okay, so I saw this one in person. I was up in Seattle when you guys were literally like it dropped.
Yeah.
It came out, and they did the re-release of it, and I was in Seattle that weekend, and dude, I'm so stoked on this. I actually really like this, and I hate that I like it.
Why do you hate that you like it?
Hiking boots. I don't need another hiking boot. I wore my Danners here today.
Well,
I put these in my backpack. Will be full discretion. These were in
that
my
happens
backpack.
all the time. Yeah.
Switched it in.
Pavement princesses
Because these
there.
are still pavement princesses. These have only been in the studio,
Yeah.
really. And they're actually wearing it nicely.
Nice. They're starting to get more comfortable.
They are starting to get. There's. I removed the insole from this one.
Good
This
move.
one
For the
still
folks that
got
can't
the
see
insole.
them, what are you talking
Insole.
about?
These are the Oat, the MX Oat.
Yep.
Yeezy 350s.
Yeezy 350s. I did not get the rocks that I wanted.
All those many raffles fell through.
I was in like several raffles.
Yeah, my
and then
confirmed app was.
You know
I
what?
was
You
in that
jinxed
for you.
yourself because you were talking wild shit about like, oh, I think they're going to release 1 million of
I
these.
know. I was just.
Yeah, you were
editing
like,
that
what are we gonna
episode.
do with all the shoes we're about to have?
Probably, like I asked multiple people to go for them, and they did not. They're only at like 160 though, or 260,
260.
which isn't that far above retail.
Don't you dare. We're
But
moving
I'm
on.
not gonna dare. Anyways,
Do it.
I really like these Moabs a lot, but there's just not a lot of. There's not a lot of. I'll be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. There's not a lot of hype around them. If I were to get a pair, I would get this colorway. This is a get it for me though. I like these. I think
I'm
these are
glad that
pretty
you
sick.
landed on that because I thought you were going to go in a different direction for a second, and I think that like
I think these are sick. I really want to try them, but I have like 4 other hiking boots right now that have been going strong for me.
I
with
mean,
my
if they
Danners
show up
and
at
my-
the employee store, that's the type of thing you grab
I
there.
know
well,
they really
if they show up at the
are.
employee store, they're going to be probably around $90 to $100 because they're retailing for $160.
I really like them. I just don't know.
I will say this because you guys have seen the Keen hiking boots that I have.
Yeah.
Those I'm going to blow the back out. And I think if I cop these, they are going to be pavement princesses. I want this to be like the techie Patagonia outfit shoe. And yeah, I don't know.
I saw these at the Dark Side Collective, which is on Burnside, which I've been really hyped on and we should try to collaborate with
Get
in
in
some
there.
capacity. They had a pair. I really want to try them on because this what is this, like, I don't know, the technical sole. I actually really like that
Are you talking about the robin's egg?
yeah,
That's what I love about the back.
I like that because, like, I don't know if you've ever like stepped in snow that's deeper than your ankle. This is pretty sick. This keeps the snow from getting into your boot. Like,
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
you're
like
talking about something
neoprene,
else.
the neoprene collar.
the neoprene. Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word neoprene. The neoprene
okay.
collar, I'm stoked on. I love this, like, I don't know, this texture.
That's the robin's egg. You're talking about
robin's
the black
egg
part
is
that has
pretty
flecks of blue in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like this
yeah.
heel tab a lot. The
Oh, yeah.
Nike Air heel tab. The Air Moab is like so outside of what Nike normally does.
It's a
almost
bummer
like
to me
this,
that it's
like-
on the sole like that because I think
Yeah,
that would
I'd
be
like to
really
see
cool
that
on the
on the
back.
side.
If they did that on instead of the Nike Air on the back, it would be super
The
sick.
Air Moab on the back would be sick. Yeah, this is a really cool. I really warmed up to this when I was in Seattle and I saw it in person and I actually felt it. Like when I got to feel the
It has like
different parts of
Hirachi
it.
vibes.
A little bit, yeah.
It does. It feels
very-
like
it's very, like,
It's like they
strappy.
took a Hirachi
high.
Yeah.
and then they put a big neoprene collar sticking up.
Totally. That's all
kind-
it is.
If you get it, I'll be excited to see it.
One last thing I want to say. This purple is so cool. It's like the Grimace from McDonald's purple.
Totally.
And I think that with the orange and the brown and the
brown?
black is
Sick.
like, it gives it that like hiking boot classic feel. So that is it from the Moab. Now we are going to get out of the Nike world once again with the, now these are the follow-up to the shoes that y'all graciously gifted me for Christmas this year. We got the Adidas Dame 8s. And I will give you a little background on these. So this is kind of what we were talking about before, different inside, different outside. And they're called the Dame Times, for those of you familiar with Damian Lillard. That's kind of like his catchphrase.
Yep.
And a couple call-outs that I want to make are it has this tag on the inside that is like all black. It says Dame Time in a couple different spots, red lightning bolt, but the tag says fourth quarter knockout, which is a reference to two things. One, Damian Lillard is he trains in boxing. And that's part of the reason why he's been really fortunate in avoiding a lot of injury. And he is known for like being the fourth quarter game winner. Like he's hit so many shots at the buzzer, like in clutch. He's one of the most successful clutch players, which is like, there's a definition of it. We won't get into it. But like, if you need somebody to win the fucking game for you, you get the ball in Damian Lillard's hands. So, Nick, Dame 8s.
I appreciate all that backstory. These look like a good shoe to hoop in. This is kind of my commentary on almost every
You're not
new
a big
basketball
shoe guy.
I don't play basketball.
Yeah.
These look like actual good basketball shoes. I would never wear them to anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not my style. So it's a forget it from me. But I feel like, I mean, they're probably awesome.
Yeah.
Are the ones we got you comfortable?
Couldn't tell you. I haven't put them on yet.
Oh.
It's been snowing.
I know.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is.
keeping those things nice.
Yeah, you got a house to
I
wear them
also
around.
haven't thought about the right outfit for it yet. When
They
I
are pretty
do-
bright. They're like bright green.
Yeah, I gotta put something together. But before I do that, I want to hear what Bjorn has to say about the Dame 8s.
I'm not a huge basketball guy. But I really like Damian Lillard. And I really like these shoes. These are sick. I love this little thing on the side here. Like it's almost like a pull tab on the inside. Like I love that detail, because typically they put the pull tab on directly on the back.
Right, yeah.
I really like that. I like that detail. I love how they're black on the inside, white on the outside. We're not going to make any comments or jokes about that. I really like these. These are just definitely a get 'em for me.
All
I really
right.
like these. Like I'd fuck with these for sure.
Well, here's the other good thing, too. If you catch these at the employee store, these are incredibly priced to move. And I think that's a testament to them being like a
120,
really good
yeah.
court shoe. Is once you get into some of those other shoes, you're looking at like 160, 170, 180. These are a really affordable shoe from Adidas. And if you can get them on a discount,
Did Damian Lillard do that on purpose?
price them
Like,
low
did
so that
he-
people can get them.
Yeah, price them affordably.
I think that's probably more of a business decision. I think he would have no problem with like a top shelf shoe.
Okay, because like Shaq back in the day, he had a really expensive shoe, I think, with Reebok or Nike.
And then he had a Foot Locker.
And then he stopped that deal and he created like his own line that they sold at Walmart,
I
right?
think that
'Cause
was
he wanted
also
his shoe
I
to
think
be
that's
affordable.
No, I think that's a business move.
No,
think he's-
I recently watched the like sneaker shopping
think he
episode
said
with,
that.
with Shaq.
I don't trust that.
You
I
don't?
think I think it was probably like a really good endorsement deal and a really good distribution deal.
Possibly.
And the thing that I will say about Shaq, for as much as I think he's kind of a cornball, that guy has made arguably some of the best business moves in the NBA. Like he does so many endorsements. He is printing money, and he hasn't played basketball in I don't even know how long. Like he is a consummate business person. So
Fair enough.
Shout
Okay.
out to Shaq. Very quick, this is the 9th shoe. We're going to do 9.5. Does it change if we look at the black and gray colorway? So this has Some of the things I will say,
I
there's
like
also
it a little more.
there's like a cool teal effect.
I don't like it enough to want to buy it, but I like it
It's
a little
still
more.
a forget it for Nick. Bjorn, which do you prefer? You like the red?
I'll do the black,
Black
red,
and red?
and white. Yeah, but I'm not going to do this teal.
One thing I do like about these that is kind of lost on the black and red is the dame that's on the inside
Yeah.
is more visible. There's more contrast between the black and the red.
No, but that's on the outside of one, and then on the
No,
other.
it's on the inside of both.
So this is just the right shoe, but two views of
Yep.
the right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you look at it from like the top view, you can kind of see it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing about this, so then it has Dame on the back, and I love the accent of the kind of like really bright light teal. I think it's really cool. Works well with the other colors. And I'm a get it on both of these.
Get it on.
I think these colors specifically, they've swung and missed. I love the fact that this does keep the thing that I said in the past where like they put a lot of text on the shoe. I love the fourth quarter knockout thing. That alone.
I love that fourth quarter knockout. I don't like it on this one though. I think it's
not
better
as
on
visible.
the red.
It's not as visible.
It's just I see. I don't know what I would wear this with, and that's part of my problem with it.
Okay.
Is I don't have anything.
Yeah, I feel like you have to wear
goes with
this
that.
with shorts and a jersey and be playing basketball.
That's
like,
what I was
like if
thinking
you
about
play
that.
pickup hoop, this is a sweet shoe.
This
know?
is going to be crushing at LA Fitness for sure.
Yeah.
Going back to the sevens that I have, that's definitely a summertime shorts pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With some no-shows, I think it's going to be fuego. Anyway, we are getting on to the last shoe. I believe these are the shoes that Jordan Kastner brought on his episode. These are the Air Zoom Pegasus 38s, and it's the Ikaiden? I don't know how to pronounce it. And I will say they are also available in the Zoom X Vaporfly Next and the Zoom Fly 3. So they did this colorway across all three shoes. And it's very similar to the ones that that Jordan did bring on.
Yeah.
And that's it in terms of like, I won't call out too much about the shoe because I do want to hear Bjorn take it away on this one.
This just looks too much like a running shoe to me.
It is a running shoe.
This is a running shoe. It just looks like something you'd find at the Olympics or something like that. You're not going to see me wearing this. This is definitely a nope. This is forget it. For me, it's too technical of a looking shoe. I mean, and also another just like a side part. Like I have that wide foot. We always talk about that. So I see this and I go, yep, that ain't gonna work for Bjorn's
narrow footbed. Yeah,
foot. I do like the orange though. Like I'm orange is my favorite color.
Well, it's got kind of like a sunburst effect where it has it's orange right on the toe and then it blends into like a goldenrod. There's orange accents on those eyelets for the laces.
I'm curious on the breathability of it, but I'm still gonna hold strong with it's definitely a forget it for me.
Nick?
If it was a different colorway, I would potentially be like an employee store pickup for me, like for walking. I have a pair of they're the Zoom Pegasus something or another with Gore-Tex, the Trail.
Okay. Oh yeah. And
Nike
that's
Trail
what Jordan brought.
GTX or whatever. No, I mentioned that one. His is closer to this.
Oh, okay.
But whatever it is, this is yellow and black. We've discussed that I've got the yellow and black Dunks. They're impossible for me to style. I wear them very seldom. I like the shoe. I just don't know how to style it. And so this would be yet another shoe I don't know how to style.
Can I throw out a suggestion real
Sure.
quick? If you wear all black and then like a shoe like this, I think that's kind of like a flex a little bit. Where if you're just like drab up top but flashy on the bottom,
Yeah.
I think it could be cool.
Yeah,
Just
like
grabs
I'll wear
attention to your
I'll wear
feet.
my yellow and black Dunks with like a black Wu-Tang t-shirt.
Yeah,
Cuz
yeah, for sure.
you know, Wu-Tang.
That's how it goes.
But like
Wu-Tang forever.
yeah.
So
Anyway, these are forget it for me. They're kind of their regular shoe and the colorway just wouldn't work. But shout out to the Zoom Pegasus shoes are super comfortable.
Yeah.
I have a pair. I would get more pairs. Definitely employee store because I'm gonna just beat the hell out of them. They're walking shoes.
Well, again,
or running
it's
shoes.
going to be a very
But they're-
affordable pickup at the employee store because these retail for
Hell
$120.
yeah! But I will endorse that. Like that foam is super comfy.
Yeah. I will say very quick because this is definitely one of the longest get it or forget it's we've ever done. But I think we have great shoes to talk about,
yeah,
so that's
so good.
awesome. Shout out to everyone who's still tuned in. I will say real quick, I think some of the highlights for me.
Really?
Yeah, you talked about like the colors. I love the knocked out kind of like covered up swoosh. So the swoosh is like a black outline, not a solid color. And yeah, if I was in the market for like just some farting around town, like I'm going to go like putz around from like the east side to the west side, I think that this is like a fun shoe. Again, it's like a good shorts and shorts and like no shows. And I'm not necessarily in the market for it now, but if I was like, oh, I got to get some running shoes, I would consider these. I also really like the black back panel. I think that's a cool aspect.
That is a nice detail.
Oh, and sorry, one call out that I didn't make. It's got kind of like a digi camo-esque stripe.
I like that. I noticed that.
This little moment here, this like little part, it's like
right at the top of the laces, angled back.
It's almost
it's like a
digi
transition,
camo, but it's almost like a tiger.
It's just
print.
geometric.
It transitions from the black to the yellow.
And I think
Really
that's why
nicely.
the black in the back looks so cool, is because it continues. You have the gradient fade in the front, and then you have kind of like the geometric fade in the back.
And I do like that the swoosh is an outline. It's not a full. Like, there's some really cool details on this shoe.
Yeah. Well, that is it for Get It or Forget It this week. Gentlemen, this is a doozy of an episode. Shout out to everyone who's enjoying everything that we got to say here about these shoes. Anything you want to leave with the people before we get out of here?
No. Guest spot is on hold. People are catching COVID. And we don't want to catch COVID.
Yeah.
We didn't really feel like it was responsible. Like, hey, this thing's spreading a lot. Why don't you come sit in a small room and laugh?
I was going to say, this is kind of a downer part of the show because guest spot's off the menu, and we are not looking forward to 4 hours of action-packed improv and stand-up at Curious.
Yeah. Curious was also canceled.
So,
oh no!
But
go back
it's
to
gonna
the
come out after.
New Year's off-topic episode and get some other ideas for what you could do this winter with your loved ones on New Year's. But good news, that gives you more time to listen to the show. This has been Size 10 Podcast. You can subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify. Follow us on YouTube. We got video on Spotify and YouTube and audio on all the popular outlets that you get podcasts from. You can follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter at Size 10 Podcast. Hit us with any questions, feedback, anything you want to know about the show, or just show us some shoes. Send us some stuff. And I will say, if you're on IG, definitely hit us up there because we've been doing a lot of polls. We want to hear back from y'all how you feel about some of these shoes. And we will catch up with you next time here from the Size 10 Studios. Take it easy, y'all.